favored ones, welcome to Soul Reflections. Happy Sunday! Okay, ano bang learning ko for this week? Actually, have you ever consoled yourself before? Pag kunwari meron kang mali na ganun, parang kung may mali ka nagawa, kung may kapalpakan nangyari sa buhay mo, sometimes you'll just, charge it to experience and then console yourself that okay lang, at least I've grown, I've learned something. It's part of the lessons that life has, that life required me to learn. But then, recently what I realized is that bakit hanggang dun lang, bakit hanggang lessons lang, bakit hanggang learnings lang, parang kulang. And what was missing was actually using those learnings. Kasi 'di ba, pag when we learn something, when there's lessons in life, it's stored as knowledge. It's actually knowledge. Whatever it is that we have learned in life, whatever it is that we have learned in our experiences, those are considered knowledge. And knowledge is not really meant to stay stuck inside our heads. It's meant to be used. So whatever it is that we have learned through our experiences, we have to convert it into actions and apply it in life so that we could be better. And parang this week, that was my realization na it's not enough that we have just learned and, reminded ourselves to put it inside our heads. But there's also that part where we have to change something. We have to convert it into actions, be better persons, effect those changes, create actions so that we could manifest, we could transform our lives. So yung mga lessons in life, parang hindi na siya excuses lang. It's not the justification lang of our kapalpakans or yung mga mistakes natin in life. We have to be able to use those lessons into something good that would make our lives better. And the only way for our lives to be better is actually to transform it. How do we measure if we have actually, become better persons, we have improved our lives? It's through the results. If we are productive, parang are we becoming more prosperous in life? Are we becoming more abundant in life? And when we talk about prosperity and abundance, there's so many expressions of it. But the one thing that really, comes to mind is finances. Nagiging okay ba tayo in terms of finances because of our learnings? Have we learned to discipline ourselves? Have we learned to regulate ourselves in such a way that we learn to focus? We learn to be more productive? In what way have our learnings, affected any change in our lives? How did we what kind of actions have we done to make our lives better? I don't know, parang this week, parang bigla ko na lang na-realize, for the longest time, I've been, every time I make a mistake, let's say I made the wrong choices, ganon, yes, there's acceptance, there's acknowledgement of the consequences of it. And I would always charge it to experience. I would, tell myself na, okay lang, sige, at least I have grown, I have learned something. But then, those mistakes, parang kung paulit-ulit na lang na mistakes, have we really learned something? Or are we just, consoling ourselves, comforting ourselves that we have learned something? Kasi kung talagang natuto tayo, then we won't even commit the same kind of mistakes anymore, di ba? And to avoid those mistakes, there must be changes. So, may mga changes ba sa buhay? Sometimes, those kinds of questions, it allows me to discern more about my life. In what way am I still unconscious of my actions, of my behavior, of my attitude? And how will I bring it into consciousness? How do I become more aware of it so that I could take charge of my life rather than just rely on fate or destiny? Kasi 'di ba, we're the captain of our lives, and if a lot of things happen in the unconscious, then it seems like umaagos tayo. But there's a part of us that can make choices. We have the freedom to make choices. And you know, in making choices, I just realized this week rin na at least man lang to be conscious in making those choices, and not rely on the unconscious patterns that we have had for the longest time. It takes a lot of discernment kasi kahit naman ako, even if I practice mindfulness, I practice awareness, you know, this thing, it just popped this week. So I don't know if some of you can relate, or you know, some of you would just dismiss this. But if you're ready and you have heard this, it might actually, you know, light a bulb. And those are seeds for changes. So I hope that you know, this could help you in some ways. This realization that I had. Be prepared for a lot of changes. Kasi parang, you know, after this week, parang na-realize ko, ang daming kailangan i-change sa life ko. So that I could, you know, really transform and be the best version of myself. And, you know, aiming for that is in itself my way of honoring God for giving me this gift of life. And it's something I also want to impart to each and every one of you. So, yun lang naman. Okay, so that's it. Thank you so much for listening. I wish you all the best. Hi Jess. If you are going to watch the replay, just say hi or keep in touch, diba? Okay naman makipag-chika. After this week, kasi end term na sa Lasal. After next week, my gosh, break. So I would really love to socialize again and get in touch with other people outside the academe. So I wish you all well and happy Sunday. God bless and take care of yourself. Alright?